Back here to my anarcho-capitalist empire of Javier MILEI, amazing game made by Tynan Sylvester called Rimworld. You can find it on Steam, had the ratings of 98% among 2,000 users, 98% positive, no? And here is a little bit of one of the best interviews of Javier Gerardo Milei, aka the Lion. Listen.
Te propongo que veas lo que fueron las declaraciones de Graciela Camaño. Se supone que uno de los mejores dirigentes de Argentina. ¿Sabes contra quién van? Contra los liberales. Porque los liberales somos los únicos que le enrostramos a los políticos que ellos no son la solución, que ellos son el problema. Los políticos son una suerte de sociópatas que quieren hacernos creer que nosotros somos inválidos mentales, inválidos en todo sentido, porque no podemos vivir si no fuera por ellos. En realidad, los que no pueden vivir sin nosotros son ellos.
Amazing Milei, one of his best moments, really aggressive against the political class that I despise so much, man. I've never believed in democracy. To me, this is a load of crap. Useless. Really good for the politicians, though, and lousy for the people. That's all there is to it. I don't see anything deep, profound about politics at all. Just a bunch of crooks attacking each other to get the votes and nothing else. So then they can parasite the state for 4 years or more, no? If you pay attention to Brazilian news, you're going to know that Bolsonaro, for example, in Brazil, has been a congressman for more than 30 years, put his whole family in politics, and I'm not even going to mention the populist Lula, that disgrace of a man that I despise so much. I think that guy is so full of crap, so full of bullshit. Unbelievable how Brazil went back to the populist Lula. That man was in jail, for crying out loud, for corruption. Amazing how the system works really well for the people in politics, no? At any case, Javier Milei in this interview is saying that libertarians and anarcho-capitalists are the only ones talking about the fact that the politicians are never the solutions for anything. They are always the problem. That they are some sort of sociopaths that think that the people, the society, cannot survive or function without them. And in reality, they are the ones who cannot survive without the people. If you do not know who Javier Milei is, he's a congressman here in Argentina, a libertarian, anarcho-capitalist congressman, really polemic, really interesting, entertaining, funny. Yeah, his older interviews are really fun to watch. You can find tons of content with Javier Milei on YouTube, so check it out, you're going to like it. And he has a good shot at becoming the very next president of Argentina. He has 18% on the polls, and his numbers are really growing, really popular with younger people, young guys, mostly follow Milei and really admire this guy. I think Milei is a breath of fresh air because I've never trusted, people in politics my entire life. I've never voted for anything. Never voted for congressmen, for Congress, for Senate, for governors, for mayors, for nothing. I just voted once for the presidency of Brazil. I voted for Dilma Rousseff, that was actually kicked out. She was kicked out of office. And not because of ideology, I didn't believe in anything. It's just that I needed my passport. And in Brazil, you can get in trouble if you do not vote. In fact, you can get in trouble right now in Brazil if you do not believe in democracy. If you say anything bad about democracy, there is this new judge in town that likes to censor anybody who is against the democracy. Such a beautiful word, no? Useless. A load of crap, if you ask me. I've never believed in democracy. To me, it's just It's just amazing how you can give someone a vote that the person will be a parasite for 4 years, and you don't even know who that person is. In any case, that's democracy for you. A little bit of my game, this is Rimworld, a game made by Tynan Sylvester. And Javier Milei got here naked by himself. No guns, no weapons, no food, no clothes, no nothing. And he had to build an anarcho-capitalist colony by himself. Later in the game, he was joined by Jair Messias Bolsonaro, the myth, the Brazilian myth. He came with a gun in his hands and a tear in his eyes because he lost the elections to Lula, the populist, filthy, actual, bastard that is the president of. I despise that man. He's such a liar. He's so full of crap. He was crying about the hunger in Brazil. Oh, the people were starving. And he is in a 5-star hotel paying 25,000 reals a day. That man is so full of crap, man. I mean, amazing how politicians are just the worst in a society. Yeah? I consider politicians to be the worst worms that crawl in a society. They are worse than pedophiles, than criminals, than thieves, than rapers, than, you name it, killers. You name it, they are the worst. But in any case, that's how the system works. And the system is really well made to protect people in politics, Amazing. At any case, this game was banned in Australia, you see. That's the politicians, telling you even what you can play for your entertainment. Amazing. Who is this person anyway banning games, Who the hell do you think you are, man? Take care of your life. Get out of the way. Sometimes it's not everything that I agree with libertarians, but sometimes I am 100% behind libertarians, man. Sometimes I really despise the state as a whole, the taxes that goes to fill the pockets of this bullshit political class, political crooks that are good for nothing. In my really small channel, I do whatever I can to pass along the message of Javier Milei, my grain of sand. I think he's a real libertarian, if not the only libertarian in the entire planet, because libertarians, they never trust any other libertarians. They fight more amongst themselves than anything else. I know that because I follow, as I've said before many times in my channel, I follow Sam Cedar and the Majority Report because he has tons of debates with libertarians. And when you check in the comment section, every time you're going to see, oh, the last guy that talked to you, Sam, wasn't a real libertarian. So, they don't even trust themselves. And I think Milei he is a real libertarian as far as I know, as far as I am concerned. He's really consistent, at least when he's going against the political class, the political caste of parasites, good for nothing, that just want to live off the people's money. That's all there is to it. I do not see anything, deep or complicated about politics at all. I mean, it's fun to watch. Sometimes I grab a bucket of popcorn and I have a lot of fun watching politics, but I do not take it seriously. To me, they are just a bunch of crooks that are trying to parasite the state. Back here a little bit to my game. Bolsonaro is feeding nails. She's a prisoner that I have that's going to be extremely important in my anarcho-capitalist colony. In this, that I repeat, is an amazing game. I suffer from insomnia. I'm a night owl in real life, and Milei is a night owl in my game, so a little bit of a coincidence for you. And this game actually helps. Anytime I have, trouble trying to sleep, I start to play it, and I find it was really fun and it had the face of libertarianism and Javier Milei, of course. That's why I dedicate my entire games to Javier Milei and other, political figures in the future. That's it for today. Again, check it out on Sam Cedar for some interesting debates with anarcho-capitalists and libertarians. That's it for today.
Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really, thank you.